Hi guys, happy Easter. How are you today? So, series review, not movie review, but series review today, and I'm excited for this one because it's an unusual one. Oh, okay, that's an unusual one, right? So, what are we reviewing today? I'm gonna be talking about EBUKA Turn Up Africa. Nose clearing, sniff sniff. This one was unusual for me because honestly, initially I was not going to watch it. It was one of those things I'm like, I'm glad a friend of mine, I shall not name names, just messaged me and said, I'm watching this Ebuka Turns Up Africa and it's quite interesting. And I did, I watched it. Thank you. Och, och. So, what do I think about it? I actually thought it was very, very interesting. The normal reality show expectation is what I expected from it, right? It was giving real house husbands of Lagos vibe, I joke. But normal production quality, everything quality, quality, quality. But let's talk about the storyline because as reality as it is, I honestly think it was scripted. Why not? I mean, what could possibly go wrong on a boys' trip with six guys? Guys don't have drama. I would expect drama from a girls' trip, definitely. Everybody go to form, everybody go to argue, everybody wants to outshine themselves. But I've always been of this frame of mind that guys are more laid back, they're more chilled and everything. I kind of feel like they wanted to change the narrative a bit and say that guys still have their own issues that they need to sort out with amongst themselves and all of that. Thus, the reason there was calling out and unnecessary bickering and stuff like that. Unnecessary because at the end of the day, when you looked at the issue, when you looked at the people that are even calling people out, you're like, guy, on the normal day, I know you're not like this. So, yeah. But it was funny. It was interesting to watch. The guys that were on this trip, Ebuka, of course, was a king of boys. I think he should have that title, the king of boys in Africa. Timini, Zubi, Onoja, Jimmy, Alistair, and Ebuka. So I'll start with Jimmy because he was the first character to come up. I have only ever seen him one time in a movie, right? And I didn't even know his name. I didn't even know he was a big deal in Nigeria. But it was interesting to see him. However, what I did not enjoy was the way they painted him to be a crazy person. The guy was just speaking his mind. Yes, I actually respected him for that, for speaking his truth and all of that, even on screen. And he was interesting because his narrative was he had just got married, he didn't want to do anything that would compromise his marriage on that trip and all of that, right? It was nice. It was okay. I like the fact that this reality show was for me a way to bring out these guys more to the limelight. Although for a personality like Zubi that is already like he's really big in Africa in the movie industry, and for me he was just on it for vibes. Like it was so obvious that the guy was just on the show for a vibe and a half, right? And Zubi is such a unique character that if he hadn't been on this series, I don't think it would have been as interesting as it was, or I don't think I would have found it interesting because he brought home that strong African element. You see, the other guys are like refined and everything, right? But him, he just brought in that Igbo chairman vibe, and it was a good balance to it. Picking out the guys that were going to be on this trip was so strategic because you have Onoja, the business-minded guy, peacemaker. All he wants to do is to make his money, be alright, everything be alright, everything be okay, and all of that. You have Timini, the playboy vibe kind of thing, thinking is all that and a piece of cake, which he is because Timini is blowing up in Africa. You have Alistair, who is technically not so known in the industry. If you know him, you know him. I know him personally because I had the opportunity to shoot with him at a wedding long time ago. Let me just farm him small, long time ago. I had the opportunity to shoot a friend's wedding with him or some, and he's a very, very lovely guy. He's interesting, genuinely interesting, right? And for me, one person that did not seem overplayed is him, Alistair. He's that kind, he's that happy go lucky, he's that unique. So that's genuinely who he is, and he did not he's not acting any movie there. So that was really good. Jimmy is a Yoruba boy, right? Jimmy is a Yoruba boy that needs to be on the good side of his benefactors, which is why he was Ebuka's number six all through the trip. And I understand that the guy just needs to make sure that nothing goes wrong with his bread and butter, his connection and everything. Big ups to him. So now the controversial part for me was Timini and how he carried the narrative of being the bad boy, rude boy of Africa. So in the last episode there was this calling out of Ebuka that Timini did. This is why I say it was scripted, right? So I call my friends to come on a trip, all expense paid. I'm also giving you airtime on Prime, publicity. You will now have the guts to come and tell me waka in my face. It's not possible. Like could possible could jorara. And when it's not like you have home training, my friend. Damn it. Which is why I said it's scripted, because it was like on that trip everybody collected their own. Everybody was giving bars, collected their own and everything. So I was kind of expecting that Ebuka had his own coming, and who better to give him his own than Timini, the designated bad boy, rude boy of Africa, right? It's never gonna happen where you have someone that invited you on a trip, someone that is that big in the industry, call him out. Who's your daddy? It's not possible. But it brought drama to the whole series. It brought drama to the reality show bit. And then Ebuka to looking angry, forming angry, doing his I walk that. Who's this guy? How can you call me out like that? But in a very Ebuka quiet, should be not talking too much guy, right? So big ups to Ebuka. He proved himself as why he's this big in the industry, because he's not gonna fight on online. He's not gonna fight on the screen. You know what I mean? Yeah. I enjoyed it. I expected it to be longer though, maybe because I was enjoying it that much. It's just about, I think, about 5 or 6 episodes, and yeah, it was very interesting. Did I forget to name anyone? No. So the guys were Ebuka, Timini, Onoja, Jimmy, and Alistair, right? And yeah, I think you should watch it. It's a good watch to just binge on, because everything now is on Prime. So do watch it and let me know what you think. Bye, guys.